Hey folks, John with Alternate Arms, your friend in less than lethal self-defense. So every now and then, and it doesn't happen that often guys, I get like a lot of boxes at one time. And I never really get to show you guys kind of what comes in, but a couple of these are pretty interesting, so I wanted to bring you along for the ride. Here we go. All right guys, so this is going to spawn a couple of more videos, especially if one of the objects that's in here actually performs the way that they think it will. I have my doubts, but you know, ever the optimist we shall see, and we're going to give it a shot. So as we start this, guys, I'm going to start with this. Now, I know what this is. This came in from KT over at Modern Combat Sports. This is one of the new Pistel 68 Gen 2s. Now, I wanted to show you a couple things on here. Well, that's kind of interesting. I got a token of your appreciation on your order. I didn't actually order that, but thank you. All right. I want to take a look at the difference in this, guys. We're not going to go too deep into this because it is going to lend to the next video, which is going to go even deeper into this particular launcher. But a couple things I wanted to show you that I know were changed. Number one were the insignia. Now, from what I understand, and I have read through the official documentation that came from NX Works, the primary differences between the Generation 1 and the Generation 2 are very minor modifications to tolerances inside the launcher, which actually change the sound when you charge them. So if you'll recall, on the Intru Buster or the Gen 1, when you would strike this, it would give you kind of a thump. Remember that? Well, the new ones don't do that. They're almost silent. So when you strike them, you don't have that noise. That all has to do with the way the tolerances are built in it. Now, one thing that I do like about the new Pistel 68s, all of them are going out with an O-ring kit now. That's actually pretty cool, guys. So you can do your own maintenance on them. Should you have a failed O-ring, you got it there. You don't have to worry about getting them. And they're built into one little kit, which is pretty darn cool. So keep that in mind. Now, one thing I will show you, if you look at this, the easiest way to tell the difference between a Gen 1 and a Gen 2, because obviously you can't tell if the internals were changed, is actually the markings on the barrel. See how this says NX Works on this one? And if you look at the Gen 2, it specifically says Defense Innovation. Now, that does not mean, and I'm going to, this is something that's kind of a touchy one, that does not mean that the launchers that you get from Mercury Rise, which are still Pistel 68s, they are being advertised as Gen 2, and they are Gen 2. But they are labeled differently because they have a limited supply and will not be receiving a restock. So this also comes directly from the horse's mouth. So if you want to get them from either MCS, which is fantastic, or Mercury Rise, which is fantastic, Mercury Rise will not have them for a whole lot longer. So just letting you know that. So, all right, we will be testing the Pistel 68, and we're going to be testing it with something else that I think is inside of one of these boxes. So this is coming in a video probably tomorrow. FYI, stay tuned on that one. All right. This box, okay, this one actually intrigues me, guys. This was sent in by a customer, believe it or not, one of a viewer out there, named Jason. That's all we're going to say about him. He says that he has cracked the code on the Humorex PPQ. He says that he has managed to modify a magazine to where it will fire higher than what we're able to get out with just the mod spring. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking the same thing. But I did give him my word we would test it on the channel. So let's crack this box open and let's see if this is indeed what I think it is. All right, I'm going to leave that there because we're going to need it again. Okay, and yes, it is. Okay. He sent us a note. I'm going to cover his name, guys, just out of courtesy here. Very kind of you to test this for me. Best of luck with Alternate Arms, and thanks again. That's pretty confident. If you build something and then you send it to somebody that you don't know very well. He also sent a return shipping label, which is actually kind of cool. He sent in what appear to be some of the Alien Play 43 caliber aluminum rounds, and this is the PPQ mag that he put in. Now, here's what I have been told that he did, and this, in my opinion, is the only way to actually get any more out of this than what we currently have. He does have a mod spring installed in here, which is fantastic. But from what I understand, he has actually waddled out on the inside of the air chamber to allow more CO2 behind the round. This is going to be a very interesting one. It's a quick video, so what I'm going to do is, once again, tomorrow, this is the first thing we're testing. And we're going to set up a control with a standard, a modded, and then this one to see what kind of power outcome or difference we're actually getting. This one interests me. So if it does, by some weird chance, end up being the real deal, and this is putting out anything more than 10 joules, I will put his information on there if he wants it, and you guys can get in contact with him for that mod. So I don't know anything about it beyond that. So, all right. So this next one has no name. There's a packing slip. Let's see what the packing slip says. Yeah, for all I know, guys, I'm opening silly mail or something. I have no idea. This is nothing we need. I ordered some 20 amp power supplies for a thing I got. So I guess that one doesn't actually count in this video. So sorry about that. Yeah, Amazon, you gotta love it. All right. Now this one is interesting. This is from a company called Palm Industries. Now, you guys know when it comes down to less than lethal self-protection, you're broken down into a couple of different options, right? You've got kinetic defense with a launcher. You've got chemical defense with something along the lines of a PepperRay or the JPX Firestorm or something along that. And then you've got more conventional methods like pepper spray. Well, Palm, actually, that's all they do is pepper spray. So what they said they sent me was an assortment of different pepper sprays. I have no idea what this looks like, guys. We are opening it together. All right, cracking this open. And I will have links down to their website in the description down there. Oh yeah, we got quite a few things in here. All right, let's see. Got us a letter that says, welcome to the Palm Industries program. Thrilled to have you on board. We're passionate about offering high quality safety products that will make a difference in people's lives. We believe that your influence and unique voice will play an essential role in spreading that word, my unique voice. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so they included a whole bunch of stuff here. So let's take a look and see what's actually in the box here, guys. Now, all right, so check it out. Next generation, okay, this is pretty cool. This is one of those companies that puts out different kinds of like keychains and options with pepper spray. So it's not like your standard conventional pepper spray. They actually have a little bit of attitude to them, which I thought was pretty cool. So here is the Palm Industries Next Gen, and that, as you can see, is white. Looks like we also get the gray and pink version of that one. Pretty cool that it actually has a little keychain, and that looks like some sort of a quick release, which I think is actually pretty cool too. All right, next in here, we've got the Palm Industry. Whoa, that thing is crazy. All right, so this is a 14-gram fill. It's got a hook on the bottom, but it is also a little pepper spray canister. And as you can see, guys, this does have 10% OC with a UV dye. Okay, this is something that honestly I wish a lot of pepper ball manufacturers would listen and put a small amount of marking dye in all of their pepper balls. Because even if it's a tiny bit, and it doesn't have to be a lot, a minuscule amount, it doesn't wipe off. Which means that if they need to find the attacker later, it will still be on their skin under a UV light. I really wish more companies would go that route. That's actually pretty cool. So, and yes, I have been complaining about it for years. So, all right, so it looks like we get a black and purple and black and red version of this one. And I do like that little, so this one has got a hook on the bottom, and this one apparently has got like a belt clip, which is pretty cool too. Yeah, man, this is really neat. Man, they are aces on their packaging. This looks choice. All right, in here you've got inert refill units. Now, we will test these out on the channel just for fun. Since they sent these out here, I'm assuming it's essentially the same compression, volume, and such as the actual canisters have. So we'll test these out tomorrow when we're playing around. And this is the belt clip model 360 Pro. Whoa, gotta know what that is. Let's crack that open. Gotta know what that is. Yeah, I tell you, I did not expect this package to came in. You know, and I want to apologize to everybody for last week. I was going to have this video come out last week, but as most of you know, I was sick as a dog. And whatever it was, some kind of flu knocked me out for almost 2 full weeks. So, All right, cracking this open. Oh yeah, that's a big old boy. Big old canister. Let's see what we got in here. Oh man, that is a monster canister. Look at that. MK3 Stream. Big old clip. And you can see, guys, that's very chunky size. That's actually kind of close to like the Burn a Bad Guy repellent. Same size as far as the volume goes, which is pretty cool too. I do like that it's got this little flip on the top here so that you don't accidentally trigger it if you've got it in your purse or your pocket. So you have to flip that up, put your thumb in there, and then push down on it in order to engage it. That's actually pretty cool too. Guys, so thank you guys, everybody over there at Palm. I'm going to put links down there. We're going to play around with this one tomorrow just because we can. And if you guys want to get any of their stuff, I'll have everything set up for you down there too. So maybe I can even get you a discount. Who knows? They didn't tell me I could, but you know, who knows? All right, going to the next one. Now, this is from Mercury Rise. I have no clue, guys. I don't know what Mercury Rise sent me. I know what my last order for Mercury Rise was, but it's nothing that would be in that box. So we're going to find out. All right, cracking her open here. Let's see. Yeah, Mercury Rise is an interesting company. I've gotten to know the owner pretty well. I've actually talked to him. I think I'm one of the few people that has ever actually talked to him. And he's a pretty nice guy. Does not speak a lot of English. It's kind of broken English, but well enough to understand. That is a white box with nothing. Check this out. There's no indicator on this. All right. Watch this be pepper rounds or something silly. All right, let's see here. Okie dokie. What do we got here? Oh, guys, check it out. So this appears to be an entire kit for one of the PepperRay, the PCP Air Derringers that you guys saw over on Airgun Miami that they haven't sent me till now. Y'all can all laugh at that one. I thought that was pretty cute. All right, well, let's see what's in this box. All right, so you got a 12 count of that looks like the darts that go in there. Wow, that's kind of cool packaging, guys. Look at that. Little darts. You've got, oh my gosh, there's everything in here. So these are the refillable, and these are, okay, one thing I'm going to tell you about the PepperRay. This is a PCP launcher, so pre-charged pneumatic cylinder. It's not as easy as dropping a CO2 canister into and then using. For this, you actually have to have a way to compress the air inside each one of these little chambers in order to get it to fire. I'm going to be using a scuba tank with a quick release so that I can charge it up quickly, but there are other ways to do it too. There is actually a hand pump, which is horrible. Don't ever do that. And there are small pumps you can get on Amazon for, you know, 130, 150 bucks that will do this pretty quickly too. This is going to be part of our PCP line from now on, I guess, because I did not expect these to come in. But as you can see, they sent quite a bit. Now, these are the longer cylinders, and I'm assuming that this is going to be for different types of ammo. There are, because you can fire the darts with these things. Now, these appear to be the burst discs, which is what goes in there to actually strike to fire each round. Golly, there's a lot in here. Those look like the little plugs. So the way the Derringer works, it's kind of like a musket. So if you're firing a ball, you're going to put the ball in from the front, and then one of these little plugs will go down there to hold it in place until you actually fire it. And they give you a bajillion of these. There's a lot of those in there. All right. Here's the 43 caliber barrel. And this is, by default, the PepperRay is a 50 caliber. This is the 43 caliber insert so that you can fire smaller ammunition. This is the darts, or they call them arrows, I suppose, that you can actually use in it. That's kind of interesting. I can't wait to try that. And here is the Mercury Rise PepperRay Derringer itself. All right, let's take a look at this, guys. I am very curious to see it. Ooh, and I got a black one. I kind of love that. So in the box, you get the Derringer itself, which look familiar? Look familiar? Refer back to the SHOT Show video. Look familiar? All right. It is branded PepperRay, which I think is actually pretty cool. And also in that box, you get your operating instructions, and it appears basically an exact copy of everything else that you got over here, with the exception of this, which is the base to insert the rounds in when you're actually closing them up and charging them. So that's actually kind of cool. Yes, this is going to be a full-blown video by itself because I have an idea for this, and The idea, I'm not going to lie to you, a big part of it came from Airgun Alley. He did a video on this one, and his conclusions were more or less what mine were, sight unseen. And then, of course, I saw it at SHOT Show, so my conclusions were further confirmed. But until I get it in front of you guys and we play around with it and see what it actually does, we will withhold judgment on it. So that's good. But yeah, as you can see, it comes with a bazillion little bits, bobbles, and pieces. So we're going to have to set up that video shortly. I will have links for Mercury Rise down there for you guys too, and it will get you discounts if you use it. Now, this is our last box. I know who this is from. I think I know what this is. And there's a stirring controversy in a lot of the forums about this particular product right now. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys, when it comes to this channel, the one thing you will always get from me is unbiased reviews, how I feel about something and how it works. The only thing I care about at the end of the day is if you use a product, will it work for you? That's all I care about. So I try to stay out of the weeds and out of the minutia with he said, she said, or they're made here, or this is a copy of that. I get it. But at the end of the day, if a product is new on the market, I want you guys to see it and be able to evaluate it before you go spend your money on it. So, and certainly before you trust your life to it. So, all right, let's crack this open and let's see what's actually in this box. You know, it's funny. I ship 1 million of these little flat rate small boxes every single day. I think this might be the first time I've ever opened one. Kind of cool. All right. Cracking it open. And yes, indeed, it is exactly what I thought it was. Nothing else in the box. This is the new JOULE's less than lethal ammo. All right, listen. 2 things. I know I'm going to botch this, so if Kurt from Grimberg comes into the chat, please correct this, but I think I got this right. The Grimberg JOULE, J-U-L, has nothing to do with the type of round it is. In other words, that's not a name that is implying high energy or that it's going to hit something. JOULE means power. It means different things in actually a couple different languages. He gave me a couple of different reasons. So that's the reason they use that name. Yes, this does seem a little derivative, but this is a direct JOULE's, which is actually an impact thing. So yes, it seems a little derivative, but it is what it is. We are going to test these through this Pistol 68. Coincidentally, since we're here, I do happen to have my little scale here. I do happen to have a Grimberg JOULE here. This is a Grimberg JOULE, okay? Let's take a look at these rounds and let's just see how close they actually are, because I am curious about this. All right, grab one of these. I mean, they look and feel pretty close to identical, okay? Let's weigh this Grimberg JOULE. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, zero it out, and hopefully you guys are getting a view of this. I'm going to try to get it there so you can. Okay, let's zero out. There we go. Grimberg JOULE, 7.76. And this is going to be the JOULE, this JOULE, less lethal JOULE's, coming in at 8.17. All right. So I want to check one more thing, though. So I have more Grimberg JOULE's. I don't have any V3s. I don't think I do. So I need to get some more V3s from Kurt. This video has now reminded me I need to ask him. So great. All right, so one more Grimberg JOULE just to verify. 7.65, 7.67. Okay, so these guys are incredibly stable as far as weight goes, which I always knew because Grimberg JOULE's are great. So let's see how stable these are. So if this one is currently weighing in, like we said, at 8.15, and the packaging says 8 gram. All right, let's check the next one. 8.15 on the nose. And let's check one more. 8.17. So really, really, really close. They do, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you, they feel like exactly like a Grimberg JOULE, but it is what it is. If you look at these guys, you can see how they've got little filing marks on them. Or like, I don't know if that's like from the milling process or if it's from like when after they make them, they put them through something to kind of smooth out the edges. That's what they feel like. This is one that we're going to test tomorrow. So after this video drops tonight, I will be shooting that next video tomorrow because I want to give it ample due. I really do. Using this Pistel 68 Gen 2, and we're going to fire some Grimberg JOULEs versus these and see if there is actually any difference. Other than that, I don't know. We're going to find out when we get them out there. You know, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to make any claims. I'm just going to say that they are similar, but they are different. The weight is definitely different. You can see that. So they also do say that they're bore matched at 684, which I think is kind of interesting. We'll look into that again tomorrow also. So this is going to be a fun week. As you can see, I've got tests lined up for a couple of days now. And we have one more that came in that I can't even tell you about yet because I'm still under NDA. So hopefully when that comes out, we'll get that video up too. But, well, thank you guys so much for watching. This is, as you can see, going to be an interesting week. And these rounds are going to be a very interesting test against the Grimberg JOULEs and the Smasher rounds. We'll put them all together. Since those seem to be the only thing out there that's even remotely close to the original GOAT, which is the JOULE. I mean, it really is. The JOULE is the GOAT. So, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.